Hello artists! Today we will begin our organic shape project where we will be making a coral reef scene. Now we want our corals to be very colorful, so today we will be painting our paper using chalk pastels. Painting with chalk? That sounds crazy. I know. We'll get to that. First things first, write your name and class code very small in the top center of your page. Now fold your in half. Make sure to match those corners before you make the crease. Yes, I know your name's on the inside. That's exactly what we want. Now for the color schemes. You will be using 3 colors, but not just any 3 colors, 3 analogous colors. Analogous colors are ones that are next to each other on the color wheel. Light green, green, and blue. Yellow-orange, yellow, and yellow-green, and so on. Choosing colors that are near each other on the color wheel will help them blend together beautifully. Using your 3 chosen analogous colors, you are going to be covering the entire page. With the chalk pastel flat on the paper, move it around gently in small circular motions. You really don't even need to push down, just glide it across the top. Alternating between your 3 analogous colors, keep going until your entire page is covered. Yes, even those corners and edges. No need to blend the colors together just yet. Don't put them right on top of each other, or else you'll get one solid color mixed together. Once the entire page is completely covered with chalk, but not with a bunch of chalk dust, because I know you didn't push too hard. Now we're ready to blend. Put back the chalk pastels where they belong, clean your fingers on the sponge, and get out the liquid starch. Dip the pad of your finger, where the fingerprint is, into the liquid starch. In small circular motions, start blending together those colors. Keep those blending circles small. Once it's blended, move on to a different spot. Make sure to do all of those corners and edges. That's why we have a messy mat. You want to be able to see some of the individual colors. The lights, the darks, the in-betweens. Don't keep mixing it all together until it's one solid mess. Once you have the entire page sealed with that liquid starch, open up the paper, and guess what? You get to do it all over again. Start with 3 new analogous colors. Cover the entire page in the same fashion as last time. Then blend them together with the liquid starch. Welcome back to our organic shape coral reef scene. We will begin by taking a look at Henri Matisse. He was a painter, sculptor, printmaker, and draughtsman, whose art covered many different styles over the years, including Fauvism, Modernism, and Post-Impressionism. His final style included cut paper collages, which he called painting with scissors. He would start with painted paper and cut out organic shapes, arranging them and gluing them together, creating a collage. These started out small, but then turned into room-sized murals. Notice how Matisse's shapes kind of look like corals. Today we will begin by cutting out a coral shape from our own painted papers. The first step is to cut the background paper in half down that fold line. We'll use the back to sketch our coral reef shapes. To make sure our coral reefs are very different from each other, we will cut out one vertical and one horizontal. For ideas on how to shape your corals, reference the book provided or take a look at Henri Matisse's organic shape collages. When you are ready, sketch very, very lightly the outline of your corals. Remember, draw light till you get it right. Your painted paper is beautiful, so make sure you try to use as much as you can. Go all the way to the top, corners, and edges. If you don't like how a part looks, just draw it again. When you are ready, very carefully cut out your corals. This is a step where you only have one chance to get it right. For the second coral, try to make it different, doing it in a different direction and maybe even a different type of coral. On this one, I planned out where I wanted the end of my coral tubes to be, because I was using this one as a reference. Backwards planning is a good technique too. Carefully sketch out and cut your coral. Write your name on the back and place them in your labeled bag. Hello artists! Today we will be putting together the organic shapes to complete our coral reef scene. First we will begin with the strip of sand. On one of the long sides of the sand-colored paper, use your scissors to create an uneven edge. Next, write your name and class code with a light colored oil pastel on the blue background paper. Now give it a flip. Using the oil pastels, add a few wavy lines to the background. This gives a sense of motion to the water. Glue the strip of sand to the bottom of the background paper. Remember, dots, not lots. Now I'm talking about small dots, right around the edges. Flip it over, match up those corners, and secure it with flat hands. Using brown oil pastels, add wavy lines and texture spots to the sand. If you'd like, you can add white highlight to the waves. Now plan out where you're going to glue your corals. To follow the rules of space, the coral that starts higher in the sand needs to be the one in the back. It wouldn't make sense if the closer coral was behind the other one. So starting with the coral that is farthest away, add your glue dots around all of the outside edges. Flip it over, arrange, and press it down with your flat hands. Hold it down for a few seconds and give it time to seal. Pieces may want to come back up, but trust me, hold it down and it'll be fine. Now for the closer coral. Remember, dots, not lots. Hold it, and hold it a little longer. And now for the finishing touches with the oil pastels. You can add bubbles or more wave lines in the water. and textures to the corals and sand.